Before I begin the story, I wanted to inform everyone that this will be the last podcast for exploring the Parsha. Sometime after Pesach, I will begin a new podcast in areas of enhancing one's avodas Hashem. And now for the story. The story goes back about 30 years in Yerushalayim, Kodesh. And there's a Fry Yid, a man who was not religious, who had come to Yerushalayim for an important business deal. And he was walking down the street in Yerushalayim, looking for the place of the meeting. All of a sudden, a Yid came up to him, and he said, don't I know you from somewhere? The man looked at him and said, I don't think so. You don't look familiar to me. He said, what's your name? He said, my name is Shimon Silverstein. Shimon Silverstein? No, you're talking right. I don't know you. Is there anything I can do to help you? No, there's nothing you can do to help me. I prefer you just to leave me alone. No, the From Yid was a little bit put back by that. He seemed to be upset. Yeah, I am upset. Oh, can I ask you, Mr. Silverstein, what you're upset about? He said, I'll tell you what I'm upset about. I'm sick of From Yidden. Sick of From Yidden? Why? I'm sick of From Yidden because I had a beautiful family, a beautiful From family. My parents, I had brothers and sisters, I had children, and everyone was killed in the Holocaust, destroyed. And I made a decision that if Hashem is going to do this to my family, I want nothing to do with him or his Torah or his mitzvahs, Yiddishkeit and From Yidden. I'm done. So can you please leave me alone? Of course, Mr. Silverstein, I don't want to bother you anymore. And he walked away. Mr. Silverstein went to his meeting. 3-4 years later, this same Shimon Silverstein was walking the streets of Yerushalayim, similar to they had before. When all of a sudden, this From Yid saw him out of the corner of his eye. And he came over to me and said, Mr. Silverstein, do you remember me? He looked at me and says, no, I don't think so. He says, don't you remember we had a conversation about 3-4 years ago? Oh, yeah, you. Yeah, I remember you. Well, do you know what today is? Yeah, I know what today is. It's Yom Kippur. Well, Mr. Silverstein, I mean, you look like you're going to a business meeting. Don't you know that a Jew belongs in Shul on Yom Kippur? I thought we had this conversation already. I know everything you know. I don't want anything to do with Hashem or Yom Kippur or From a Yidden. Could you please leave me alone? All the while they're talking, the From a Yid is walking Mr. Silverstein towards the shul. And they're standing right outside the door, and the noise inside the shul catches his ear. And Mr. Silverstein seems to go into a bit of a daze. The From a Yid realized this is his chance. He walked over to Mr. Silverstein and bumped him into the shul. And now he's standing in the shul, and he hears the davening, he hears the learning, he hears the crying, he hears the sounds of Yom Kippur, and he feels that he's going to pass out. His head is swirling around. While he's standing there in a daze, the From Yid goes over to the Gabbai and he says, you see that person just walked in without the yarmulke? Don't worry, I'll get him a yarmulke. I want you to give him an aliyah by mincha, and I want you to make a kalmali for whoever he wants to make a kalmali for. Fine. So the Gabbai calls him up for an aliyah. Shimon ben Avraham. He comes up for the aliyah. He makes a perfect bracha rishayna. After the kriya, perfect bracha achrayna. All the time his head is swirling. And he doesn't really know where he is. He feels he's lost. And the Gabbai says to him, Reb Yid, Reb Shimon, would you like to make mishaberach? He said, I don't know what to make a mishaberach for. Would you like to make a kalmole? Yes. Who would you like to make a kalmole for? Kalmole for my father, Avraham ben Yitzchak. And your mother? Sarah bas Yocheved. And anyone else? He says, yes, I have 3 children. 3 children. Kalmole for 3 children? Yes, 3 children. He says, who's the first one? The first one is Pinchas ben Shimon. And tears are coming to his eyes. He remembers his beautiful child, Pinchas. He says, any more? He says, yes, I have 2 more sons. What's the next son's name? And he says, the next son is Osher ben Shimon. As the words came out of his mouth, he started to cry. And he thought he was going to lose it. And he's holding on. And the Gabbai is getting very involved now because he sees how emotional Reb Shimon is getting. And he's shaking with Reb Shimon. And he says, you have a 3rd son, right? He said, yeah, I have a 3rd son. He says, what was his name? And he's shaking. And he's crying. And he says, Naftali ben Shimon. And as the Gabbai heard these words, he screamed out, Takti! My Takti! And both of them started hugging each other. Tears were streaming down their faces. It's a story of Hashgacha. It's a Yom Kippur story, but it's a Purim story. Purim is all about Hashgacha. It's all about how much Hashem loves us. Pesach is all about how Hashem loves us. That's what Gula is all about. Hashem's love for Klal Yisrael. And as we prepare in these days for Pesach, we have to see beyond the Bir Chometz and feel the love. Feel the love of the Ribbon Shalom. He wants to bring a Gula. Be'ez Hashem Yisborach. He should bring the Gula Shlema.